Okay, so here I am going to talk about the language we are going to use to interpret data that is there in visual representation. Okay, while writing a summary of 150 words or more than that in response to a particular graph or table or flowchart, you need to pay close attention to the language used to describe trends, make comparisons, and point out differences. Okay, so while interpreting data, sometimes you are going to talk about trends, sometimes you are going to compare one thing with other, sometimes you are going to show the differences. So while showing that kind of things, no, so what kind of language we have to use, we must know. Okay, so here I mentioned you need to notice the use of the first one, quantifying expressions. Okay, so often we are going to take the help of a lot more, lots of, much more. All that words are known as quantifying expressions. They are also known as discourse markers, cohesive devices, like that. Okay, and then adjectives and adverbs in different degrees of comparison. So often we are going to talk about tall, small, great, like that. So when we use that kind of words, no, how we are using that we must know. Okay, phrases used to make predictions and conclusions. So to predict something, what kind of words we are using. To conclude our summary, what kind of words we are using, we must know. Okay, and then words used to indicate approximate figures. Sometimes we are going to say something approximately in figures, no. So what kind of words we are going to use, we must know while summarizing data that is there in visual representation. Okay, so I'll give you an example. They have given an example in textbook itself. See here, identify the purpose of each word or phrase expression in bold. Okay, write its function. So regarding function, we have to say whether we are using that word to compare or contrast or indicate trends or report numbers using approximations in the space alongside. This is a question they have given. So they interpreted data and written the written summary here, and some words they highlighted using bold letters. So we have to know the function of that words in this paragraph. See here, I'll read the paragraph. India is largest city in Mumbai with a population of 12.5 million, closely followed by Delhi. According to the 2011 census, the population of Delhi city was over 11 million, the second highest in India after Mumbai, while the whole NCT's population was about 16.8 million. Delhi's urban area is now considered to extend beyond the NCT boundaries and include the neighboring satellite cities in an area now called Central National Capital Region, and had an estimated 2060 population of over 26 million people, making it the world's third largest urban area according to United Nations. Okay, recent trends have shown that Delhi is growing more rapidly than Mumbai, and it is likely to overtake Mumbai to become the largest city in India in a decade or so. Recent estimates of the economy of the Delhi urban area have ranged from $167 to $370 billion, ranking it either the most or the second most productive metro area of India. Delhi's workforce constitutes 32.82% of the population and increased by 52.52% between 1991 and 2001. Delhi's unemployment rate decreased from 12.57% during 1999-2000 to 44.63% in 2003. Delhi ranks 5th among the Indian states and union territories in Human Development Index. However, nearly half of the population of Delhi lives in slums and unauthorized colonies without any civic amenities. The city's poverty rate is said to be about 4 times the national average. This is the data given to us, and I'll show you all the words that are there in bold. So the first one, largest, C, closely followed by, and then over, 11 million, second highest, after, while, about, now considered, okay, and estimated, third largest, recent trends, growing more rapidly than, likely to overtake, a decade or so, recent estimates have ranged, okay, ranking it either the most or the second most, increased by, decreased from, ranks fifth among, however, nearly half, and then 4 times the national average. So these are the words used to interpret the data. Now we have to find out the function of those words. Now see here I have given answer. To compare, no, we have taken the help of largest, second, highest, third largest, growing more rapidly, ranks fifth, and 4 times. So to compare, we took the help of those words. Okay. Now see, to contrast, okay, we have taken the help of however. Okay. And then to indicate trends, no, we have taken the help of closely followed by, now considered, recent trends, have ranged, likely to overtake, recent estimates, increased by, decreased from. These are the words used to indicate trends. Okay. Now see, reporting numbers using approximations. We have used numbers. So how we mentioned that means over 11 million, an estimated, a decade. Okay, ranking it either the most or the second. Okay, and then nearly half, about. All these words are used to mention the figures approximately. Okay, now we understood that while interpreting data, no, we too have to take the help of these words while comparing, contrasting, indicating trends, and then while talking about figures approximately. Okay, is it clear? Okay, I'll show you one more time. So while interpreting data, no, to compare we have to take the help of largest, second highest, third largest, growing more rapidly, ranks fifth, 4 times, like that. Okay. So while contrasting something, no, we are going to say however. To indicate trends, no, we are going to say closely followed by, now considered, recent trends, have ranged, likely to overtake, recent estimates, like that. Okay. So while talking about approximately, while talking about figures approximately, no, we have to use words like this: over 11 million, an estimated, a decade or so, or ranking it either, and then the second, and then see, nearly half or about. These words we have to use while interpreting data. Okay, thank you.